AI can give incredibly useful answers sometimes, but when you're using multiple AIs with multiple useful answers, how do you keep track of all of those messages? Well, bearing this in mind, I coded the Chrome extension AI Bookmark. It allows you to bookmark your favorite messages from Claude, Grok, and ChatGPT and manage them in one single place. And it also has a dark mode in case you're not fond of suffering. This example was the most complex of this channel so far, and specifically because the authentication system on the database. Even though I use Supabase, which makes things much easier, implementing authentication with Chrome extensions is pretty tricky, as you're going to see. You need to generate a unique ID, and there are a few things that you need to do specifically with Supabase. This app took me roughly 20 hours to complete, and the second most complex one took me roughly 8 hours, so more than double. This is episode number 7 of Vibe Coding Until I Make $100,000. Welcome back, and I hope you enjoy. I came across this idea while looking for a way to bookmark messages in Claude, and I found many people with the same issue. I found this a specific solution, but the reviews were mixed, and it was a paid product, and I also wanted something exclusively focused on bookmarking. I started brainstorming with Claude what data I would store in the database, as well thinking how I was going to find a unique CSS selector to go back to the reply later on. After digging in Claude's code, I was able to find an unique selector for all replies, and I coded a function to add a bookmark button to every single reply, and when I click on it, it shows all the data. It shows the user's prompt, it shows the replies content, and everything that I need. Then I proceeded to do the same for ChatGPT and Grok as well. And this was not a smooth process at all. I cover all bugs found and how I dealt with them in my blog, which you can find in the description if you are interested in the technical parts. Once I had the script working for all 3 websites, I started planning the design with Claude and ChatGPT. I brainstormed with Claude once again to know what exactly I want on the UI, and then I asked ChatGPT to make the design based on that, and finally I sent the design as an image to Claude so it can code the HTML, CSS and JavaScript. In this part you can see me sending the image to Claude and Claude coding everything. When you give Claude specific instructions, I find that it's actually very good with the image to code type of work, and I tried a few different designs and colors until I landed on something I was pleased with. So now it was time to actually build the Chrome extension. I used this prompt, and as expected I came across many bugs. I spent roughly 1 hour fixing all bugs and wiring it up with Supabase until I had the Claude version working, and it was looking like this. Once the Claude version was working, I coded the version for Grok and ChatGPT, and then the manager. I also implemented a function to open the conversation and scroll back to the bookmarked message. With the basics working, the next step was testing and improving the login system, and for that I needed a permanent ID for the extension. Because I'm using Google to log in, Google Cloud requires a Chrome extension ID, and if you don't have a permanent one, you constantly need to update it, so yeah, it's not very practical. To get a permanent ID, you simply upload your extension to the Chrome Web Store, you copy the public key, and then you use this key in your manifest JSON file. Just don't forget that you need to remove the key when you send it back to the Chrome Web Store. It's a little bit confusing, but yeah, you need to handle that in your build, so you will probably need a custom build for that. After some UX updates and bug hunting, I made a logo with ChatGPT, updated in the project, and sent it to the Chrome Web Store. It requires the identity permission for login, so I'm expecting it to take at least 5 days until it's approved, but of course when it's approved I am going to be updating the description with the download link.